Hi, I'm Victor J. Peer Reviewer, responsible of the Scientix resources. In this video we are going to see what Scientix can offer us regarding the resources. We will need to enter the Scientix portal in our browser, www.scientix.eu. The Scientix portal is the official page of the project, where you'll find the latest information regarding the community for science education in Europe. The resources we will publish in the Scientix repository are outcomes of the projects you can find under Scientix projects. For this reason, we will start exploring the Scientix projects. If you know already the name of a project, you can come directly to the search tool at the top right and look for the project's name directly. This search box is only to look for projects and news. If you want to look for resources, you will see later on where to find them. As an example, I will write here space awareness. And I press enter, or I click in the lens. I click in the project name here, and I arrive to the projects page in Scientix. Here we can find the basic information of the project and two other tabs, research information and teacher information. These two tabs include the information related to reports and to teaching materials. We go first to the research information. As you can see, here we have a result which is a final report. But for teachers it might be more interesting the teacher information. Here we can find the teaching materials created by the project. It is a general view where we can navigate through the different resources in a list view. To start talking about the resources, I will explain you the different parts of one of them. On the left, we have the thumbnail and three options only for registered users, which are the rating system, add to favorites, and the report a problem. On the body, you have the title of the resource, the descriptor, the copyrights, age, project, and a short description of the resource. Under this area, we have two buttons, description and get this resource. We are now under description, but if we click here and get this resource, we arrive to a menu where we can access it in the different languages it is available. Just click in the language you are more interested on to be within that language. At the top, we see that the title remains, no matter if we change from description to get the resource. If we click on it, we have the resource page, where we can find all the information gathered, the authors, the resource type, and if there are any comments or ratings from the registered users. Do you know that this information is translated for the 8 most spoken languages in the European Union? They are English, German, French, Italian, Spanish, Polish, Dutch, and Romanian, and we can change it from the top bar of the portal. For example, you can see that now it's changed into Spanish. We are going back to English. Now it's time to navigate through the resources repository, where you will be able to filter and search among the Scientix resources. We go to the top menu and we click in resources. Here we will talk about 4 parts: the search tool, the categories, the resource list, and the right menu, or the right bar. The search tool allows us to look for a specific keyword. If you write in the search box, for example, evolution, it will show the resources that include this word in their title or description. If we want to filter a bit more for only resources related to biology, we go to subject, select biology, and we click go, and we have filtered even more. If you are interested in a specific age range, take into account that the system is inclusive. This means that if the resource is for 12-16 and you select a minimum age of 10 and a maximum of 13, the resource still appears on the list. One of the reasons why we have an inclusive system is because we don't want you to miss resources that might interest you. For the occasion, I will remind you that we have the copyrights that allow derivatives. You can adapt it to use in the classroom. In the categories, we can see the results of the teaching materials, the reports area, the training courses, and the LRA. The first two, teaching materials and report library, are what we call the Scientix resources, and as mentioned before, come from different projects. The training courses are thought for teachers for their professional development. They are part of the Scientix model. The LRI are teaching materials coming from the Learning Resource Exchange for Schools portal and are not supervised by Scientix. If you want to know more about the LRI, you have the link at the bottom of the right bar, just right here. We will focus on what the Scientix resources have to offer. As for the teaching materials, there is a very important feature that we haven't mentioned yet. This is the translation on demand service. How does it work? We can find this information on the right bar. Basically, it is a service which can be used for the teaching materials whose copyrights allow derivatives, and that Scientix includes an editable version. In this case, for example, the resource will have a section in the Get this resource which says Request Translation. Under it, you can click in the language you would like to request a translation. At this moment, we see which are the languages it's available. If we would like to use another one in our classroom, we can click on it. There are up to 37 different European languages to request. Once we receive 3 requests for the same language, we will process it manually, which means the user will not receive an automatic reply once he or she clicks in the portal. Instead, we will contact the requester via email once the teaching material is sent to translate by a professional translator. The duration of the process can differ from resource to resource as it will depend on the amount of text sent to translate. Now, we will visit the status of translations on the right bar, and here we can see which is the status. It can be interesting to know which will be, for example, the next translation added to the Scientix repository, or in case you want to know which is the status of your request. This list, we only include on it the resources that have been processed by the Scientix team. This has been the Scientix repository in a nutshell. A repository which offers users free STEM resources on more than 30 European languages without even needing to register, but that provides you extra services to those who sign in on the Community for Science Education in Europe. If you're interested in creating an account or signing in, go to the top box in yellow, Sign in. This was all from my side. It was a pleasure to show you our repository, and I hope you'll find it useful for your activities. Goodbye.